Hi everyone and welcome back to Ovens and Dragons, where I try to cook for gamers. Today I'm going to be making beans. Maybe that would look better if I still had my beard. Why beans, you may ask? If you are a busy DM or just setting up a game night, you're probably going to be really concerned about getting everything ready, and the last thing you want to do is worry about food. Beans you can actually prepare ahead of time. You can even get it going the night before and just reheat it and serve it the day of. Another nice thing about them is they're cheap. You can buy like a 20-pound bag of beans for maybe 20 bucks, 15 bucks, and that will last you. And also, actually, beans are sort of a base food. It's a base ingredient that you can use for a bunch of other things. Dip, for example. You can just eat them straight. You can put them in soup. You can do a lot of different kinds of things with beans. So yeah, they're just a great food. Cooking beans is really a two-step process, and I know I said it's easy to make, and they are actually easy to make, but they do take time to make. First, you have to soak them. Usually, you want to soak them overnight. You don't have to. I usually soak my beans for about 2 hours or so. And you want to do that because it actually makes them easier to cook when you go to cook them. Also, apparently cuts down on the gas, and I think the last thing you want to do is have a bunch of people sitting around a table eating beans and having themselves a gas attack. So the first thing I said is to soak your beans. So before you soak your beans, you just want to like wash them off real quick, just rinse them off real quick. And then basically all you got to do is you got to put your beans in a pot, and you got to put some water in the pot. You got to put the pot in the refrigerator, and you got to wait a couple hours. We have beans and water. What's going to happen with these beans, though, is that they are going to probably maybe double in size, and a lot of that water is going to get soaked up. I'll see you later. Okay, so it's been about 5 hours since I started soaking these. They are very much ready. So the next step basically is to drain the water out of this and give them a nice little rinse real quick, and then start to cook them. So now that I've drained the beans and rinsed them off, they're actually in the pot back behind me, just waiting for water to start cooking them. But before I do that, one of the things that my wife and I like to do is put in a little bit of seasoning or spices while they're cooking. The goal here is to put an undercurrent of flavor into the beans. And you want to be careful because whatever you put into the beans now, it's going to color however you use the beans later on. One of the things we like to do is put onion powder in there along with some garlic powder. Another thing I've actually been doing is using adobo. One of the nicest things I found, one of the things that I like the most, is to actually use a little bit of this stuff. And this is shiitake dashi. Basically, it's a Japanese soup base, but it's mushroom flavored. And it actually gives a nice earthy flavor to the beans. I'm just gonna sprinkle this on, spread it around a little bit. I'm gonna add the water. Remember, it's 1 cup of beans to 2 cups of water. So I put 2 cups of beans in, so 4 cups of water. And then I'm just gonna give that a quick little stir just to kind of make sure everything's mixed in. And then I'm gonna get this on the stove and cooking. All right, well that's a nice boil. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this down now, all the way down as low as it will go. So we move this off to the side real quick. See, it's super low flame. And put the lid on. It's probably gonna be about an hour and a half for these to get done. All right, let's take a look. It's been about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. The easiest way to test this is just to get a bean on the side like this and see if you can squish it. If it smushes easily, which that obviously did, they are definitely done. So when you cook beans, even though you do the 2 to 1, it always seems like sometimes you need to add water, and sometimes it's too much water, even though the ratio, I keep using the same ratio. I'm not really sure what that's all about. But the important thing is when you're cooking this to check in on it every half hour or so to make sure you don't need to add more water. Otherwise, you are going to burn your beans. So might be asking, okay, fine, the beans are done. What do we do next? Well, we eat them. Maybe you can serve them with some diced onions. Maybe you can also serve them with some cheese. or, you know, just some plain old everyday barbecue sauce. Or maybe even with a little rice. Or just eat them and enjoy them however you want. Because I know I'm going to enjoy this for sure. Yes, beans. So, I didn't think that one through. So, thank you for joining us on Ovens and Dragons. If you liked the video, hit the like button. And if you like the channel, hit the subscribe button. And I will see you next time. Bye!